Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Boneless Dumb, and I am back. Got a little mismatch video for you today. We're starting it off with M4 Carbine ACOG on Modern Warfare Remastered, and then we're moving into Call of Duty Vanguard, then we're moving to P90 back in Modern Warfare Remastered. So, hope you like some of the old games because there's quite a bit of it. But that's actually a good segue to the topic of today's video, and that is why Call of Duty today, why YouTube today is just absolute trash, in my opinion. And there's quite a few contributing factors. A lot went into this. Kind of like the saying, Rome didn't fall in a day. I don't think that's actually a saying, but it's true. Rome did not fall in a singular day. But I don't know if, right off the bat, let me give a concession. I don't know if I'm just looking at it through rose colored glasses, because I think when some of the original Call of Duty YouTubers, like back before they were even like Machinima partners, back when Machinima had under 1 million subs on its channel, I was like 14 or 15, I want to say. So I have to go ahead and tell y'all, maybe I'm just misremembering how great this stuff was, and maybe it's just because I was young, but I really do think that 10, 15 years ago, YouTube and Call of Duty both hit their absolute peak in terms of not necessarily popularity, but in terms of fun. And so we're going to start off discussing why Call of Duty's trash now. They took away the simplicity of it all. They made it very difficult for a casual audience to play the game. Right? You've got COD 4, mind you, it's the remastered version, right on your screen. You know what I have? I've got one attachment on my gun. I've got 3 perks. Got 2 pieces of equipment, a very small list, and I've got a set 3 kill streaks that aren't overpowered, but can give you the advantage you need to win the game. Fast forward to today's world, right? You've got 28,000 different attachments to choose from. It's awful. You have to do research, like thesis level, master's study, freaking research to try and figure out which gun's the best. Otherwise, you're just going to lose every gunfight because some dude who watched a video from a guy who hasn't touched grass in a year and a half told them to. And that's the sucky part, because it's like, it used to be you hop on and have some fun, right? I cannot hop on and have some fun in new COD. And so, yeah, they took away the simplicity. Kill streaks are absolutely overpowered. At least they took away death streaks, like you saw there. But that's like the one good thing I'll say about this new school stuff in this video. Death streaks were awful, and I should have prioritized the first guy. But I didn't think he'd be able to deal that much damage with his pistol out. But anyways, I think, and I don't mean to sound like a boomer, I'm probably not old enough to be saying this, I also think the new generation of gamers ruined it as well. I think that they're iPhone addicted, they were iPad babies who have a very short attention span and who want everything in a TikTok format, want everything fast, want everything to be the best. They started pushing these content creators, and the bar just kept getting raised. It's, oh, here's my world record, here's your world record. And so they start copying these streamers, and everyone is playing the game like they will die in real life if they get killed. Now, I'm not saying don't try to win. I'm absolutely not saying that. But these kids are pulling like 2.5 GPAs, getting C's and D's and F's in school because instead of doing their homework, they're sitting there and playing a game for like freaking 12 hours. You know, gone are the days where you just hop on the game for an hour or two, you know. I used to get done with school as a senior in high school, and I had about an hour and a half between my last class and when baseball started. Because, you know, if you didn't need all the credits, if you were still going to graduate, you just got like an hour and a half, 2 hours off. So before baseball practice started, me and the boys would just go back to my house because it was close to my school, and we'd just take turns, you know, playing some COD. It was Modern Warfare 2, the original one at the time, and we just have a good time, and we all sucked. But that's because we were doing other stuff. We were involved in sports. Nowadays, you've got high schools with like these wannabe MLG, you know, competitive teams. Like they're calling. I disagree so much, and I don't mean to sound like a jock or a jerk, but I disagree so much with the term esports. It's absolute trash. Like, it's not a sport. It's a hobby, man. It is what normal, functional adults and children use to blow off some steam. But this failed society has made it to where you can't just hop on and enjoy it. And I'm a fan of competition, alright? I like to compete in the lobbies I play in. But I also recognize that, you know, I mentioned earlier I used to play baseball. It wouldn't be fun at all for me if, when I was just trying to play, you know, high school freshman baseball, I was facing Roger Clemens every time I went up to bat. You know, that's just not going to yield a positive result, and you kind of have to recognize that. And you've got these streamers who are reverse boosting, getting into lobbies with, you know, dads with freaking 3 kids working 80 hours a week trying to support them. They finally get a day off. They want to play a couple of hours. And, you know, you've got Swag or one of the other cheating streamers who's in the same lobby as them. And it just seems really disingenuous. And I miss the days where it was just, you had to roll the dice on the lobby. You know, maybe you'll get wrecked by some dude, but just rage quit, back out, and maybe you'll be the best or at least one of the top players in the lobby the next game. And it was kind of just a flip of a coin. Nowadays, it's like there's always someone in every single lobby who just takes it way too serious and who probably has more hours on the game than they do, and I'm going to use a cliche term here, than they do touching grass outside. And I gotta say, there's no script to this commentary, right? None at all. And so I'm really enjoying venting here. It's honestly making me feel better. You know, people ask me, why don't you play the new games? And mind you, Vanguard's still relatively new, and I like Vanguard and Cold War, despite them having the same issues that I've been venting about here. I don't want to call it complaining, because venting, you have a solution in my mind, right? I have the solutions. If Activision would just make me their CEO tomorrow, I'm telling you, COD would be saved. But they won't do that. So, but yeah, it's more evidence to me that the games aren't ruined so much by mechanics as they are by the player base, in that Vanguard and Cold War are both relatively new games with the new mechanics that I dislike. But the streamer and the streamer addict crowd, and I do call them streamer addicts. These kids are always on Twitch, always on YouTube, always on TikTok, you know, dedicating their lives more to certain streamers than they do, you know, school or family or religion. And it's kind of sad. But once the new game comes out and most of the player base leaves it, and you're left with the people who, in my opinion, play the game the right way and who respect Call of Duty and who maybe just didn't want to drop another 60 to $100 for the same repackaged BS, yeah, you get a much cooler player base. I find it a lot better to play these CODs a year or two, sometimes even 5-6 years after they've come out, because the people who are trying to become professionals and whatnot have already left the game, and it's a much more pleasant experience. And there are people, you know, if you play some of the older games, I'm sure you've seen it, who are level 1,000, level 2,000, whatever. They've got a ton of hours in the game, and they're still playing it the right way. And in my mind, there is a right way and a wrong way to play Call of Duty. And I like to play pretty aggressive, and so people sitting in corners and whatnot just upsets me. You see here, I mean, the P90 is not the gun for this map at all. I lose gunfights using it, but I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to give myself a challenge. And I don't always have to use the most meta gun for whatever map I'm on, for whatever game mode I'm on. I just like to have fun. And having fun has been a lost art in Call of Duty. Somehow, between the big name streamers, big name YouTubers, between the developers, and between the new player base, people have lost sight of the idea that at the end of the day, you're here for fun. It's a video game. It's supposed to be fun. I'm not supposed to be raging at some 8-year-old who does nothing but play this video game. You know, I mentioned it before, and I hate to be that boomer. It's this iPad generation, man. They are basically destroying everything they touch. And I am truly fearful. And again, I'm such a boomer in this regard. I am truly fearful for the future of our nation and our world, because who are you going to vote for when it comes time to elect a representative? You're going to be, oh, yeah, Timmy's got 1.4 million followers on TikTok and he's got a 4 KD in Warzone. Oh, he's our guy. He's going to lead us to salvation. Like, no. It's just wild to me, man. And this is a very negative video. I wholeheartedly recognize that. But I just had to sit down, hit record, and get a lot of these things off my chest and just kind of ramble and give y'all an explanation as to why I'm not playing new CODs. I'll probably buy them when they come out and see before everyone has the game figured out, you know? And then once people start figuring out what's meta, once people start taking it more seriously than they do their personal relationships, I'll just uninstall the game and I'll reinstall it in 1 to 2 years. You know, that's unfortunately how I have to play these games nowadays. And so, yeah, that's basically my thoughts. I blame the developers for overcomplicating things. I blame the large content creators for making it way too serious, and I blame the new generation of COD players for just caring too much about a video game. And I'm a guy who posts videos of me playing video games and talking about them online, and I'm saying that, right? I do recognize the hypocrisy in that. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed my long rant. My name is Boneless Dumb, and I'm out.